mayor of my town, Hoyashi in Japan, and I told my mayor, why when I'm going to Japanese restaurants, they tell me away. When I go to the ryokan, they tell me away, and he said, no, they're not racist. We become jittery when we don't know how to interact. It's called xenophobia. You don't want to look stupid. In Japanese, they want to be perfect all the time.
Okay.
If I'm going to serve this man and I make a mistake, my face is down. So rather, avoid it. So he gave me a word to use, which is a greeting that says, I am sorry for being a burden on you. And it changed everything.
In Holland, I went to ask for €1,000 at the bank. I explained my whole life, thinking I'm going to get some empathy, and after 2 minutes of talking, they said no. I thought they were racist, the usual thing, and I told my own people in the same country, in Holland. I'm from Curaçao, and they told me, you spoke like a person from Curaçao, you're in Holland. Speak what Holland, just go ask for €1,000 and see what happens. And I did that, and they said, okay, here. From that day on, I had way less issue with racism.
So once you said that?
Yes. She knows that.
But I wouldn't want to walk around thinking that I'm a burden.
Well, then stay in your country. You don't go anywhere.
Well, I want to visit.
There is something called multicultural communication, multicultural understanding, multicultural. We teach it. It's very expensive. You think it's there for nothing? It's there to prepare you to know where you're going and how to make the larger community feel comfortable. Not for them to make you feel comfortable. You buy that comfort.
It's like people want to go on the streets of India and want to be able to eat everything and tell the people, you pay for my vaccine because you have a lot of diseases that my body ain't ready to accept. It's your fault.
So because you don't know how to serve me, I need to dumb down.
No. It's not a dumbing down. That's a very American, and I'm basically
saying I'm so sorry that you cannot serve me.
You have come to
But can you serve me?
No, you've come to disturb a functioning status quo. You, if you are a man of conscience, you know that I am different. I cannot expect the majority to disorganize themselves to accommodate me. I have to find that accommodation, make them feel that I come with knowledge about you.
But don't they know I'm traveling to their country? Don't they know that there are visitors, there's people coming?
Yeah, there are foreign hotels. We call them foreign hotels. Go there, you go in.
To stay at the Marriott?
That's correct. That's why we have the ryokan. Ryokan is traditional Japanese hotels.
Okay.
You take off your shoes and your clothes at the door, standing naked, and a woman will give you what is called yukata, and you wear it. And then you wear sneakers. The whole bamboo floor is polished. You can eat from it. You all, men and women, have to take a shower, sit, and I wash your bag. Western people are not comfortable doing that. So don't come here. But out of curiosity, some of we foreigners want to go there. It has caused problem already.
If somebody visits me, I'm sure I'm going to make them feel good. But not that good. Like, whoa, I don't even treat my family that good.
Are Japanese people fed up with tourists? 3 reasons. The last one is unbelievable. First, in March 2024, an American graffiti artist spray painted his tags all over Tokyo neighborhoods, then got caught on camera stealing from a family mart. The videos went viral. Japanese news ran full segments, and locals said the graffiti made their city feel unsafe. The outrage was massive. Next, in October 2024, American YouTubers filmed themselves rolling on train floors, blasting music and dancing during rush hour. Millions watched as they turned Japan's famously quiet trains into chaos. For commuters who value respect and silence, this was crossing the line. And finally, a sacred shrine had enough. Watatsumi Shrine in Nagasaki faced years of abuse, littering, vandalism, illegal parking, even priests being attacked when they tried to stop it. After endless complaints and no change, in March 2025, the shrine banned all foreign visitors. Not out of hate, but exhaustion. Japan's patience is legendary, but even they have limits.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, yo man, act chill, we're opening our doors, but we don't have time for this. If you care about us so much, respect us as much as we respect ourselves. But today, I'm going to focus on Frank Zanu. I like this African man because he speaks a lot of sense and a lot of people are trying to change his views. And I'm like, hey.
Like, look at the Dominican Republic, right? It's the best thing because we're on the same island, right? What did they do, right? Because I think back in the 60s or 50s, they said that Haiti had a bigger GDP than DR back then. But then something happened where Haiti went backwards and then DR went up, and now the two countries are unrecognizable. What did the Dominican Republic do correctly? Because I feel like in Haitian culture, we want to do the It's like, oh, we're not going to take the same path as the Dominicans, you know. We feel like some of them have sold out their country for tourism. But at the same time, like, our people are still fleeing our country to go to their country. What could they do that we probably should learn from them? I mean, me saying that, I'm probably offended a lot of people.
You said, what did DR do different? They didn't do anything different. I like to look at things and apply my critical thinking to it. Spanish people, right? Mm-hmm. They are like Arabs. When they colonize any environment, they're not puritanic. They would like to co-produce with the locals.
Oh, like mixed.
That's correct.
Portuguese too, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
The people who think they're puritanic are the English, German, and French. When they colonize any place, especially Africa, okay, they think they are more pure, puritanic.
We can't mix with them, yeah.
Spanish colonized the last week to remember, the DR area. So they sleep with the locals, and the locals agree to breed with them. The French colonized Haiti. That's the last one, right? So I don't think they touch many of the locals. Mm-hmm. Should I leave it for you to conclude why now the two people are different? What did you think I said?
It sounds like you're saying that because the Dominicans are more mixed,
yes.
They have a different style of thinking.
Yeah.
A different style of thinking was incorporated in their side of the island than the black side of the island.
Yes.
My country is freaking mixed. It's doing also great. And when I say that, they're like, no, you're under your master. I'm like, no. It's all about maintaining an infrastructure with consistency. And you copy it over time. I
was thinking more like with the Dominican Republic, their country is not as rebellious as...
But why is it not?
You know, I think they made a decision. They said after...
No, that's too much credit.
But for me, overall, I view the DR as a country that decided, you know what? We're going to move forward.
What made them to make that decision and Haitians wouldn't make that decision? How did they decide? They had a conference?
The thing is, they were both at one point in the same position.
No,
right? So,
I hear that thing all the time. It's bogus.
No, but Haiti did have a higher GDP in like the 40s.
High GDP, sometimes it's just numbers on the paper.
Okay.
You don't want to accept what I'm describing to you. So let me ask you, okay, hold on.
I'm not really into racial, like my thing is this, right? I like to view things as like people, one person. Okay.
Then my friend, you have a problem. So let me ask you, name one single place occupied by white people on Mother Earth, and it looks like Haiti.
I can't even say Eastern Europe. I can't because even that's more advanced, even though they call that the third world.
That's correct.
Of Europe.
Name one place on Mother Earth occupied by black people, and that place looks like...
Dubai?
Yes.
I'm not saying that you can't do it, but you're gonna need help generally. That's it. And you can't blame slavery all over and over.
The Dominicans didn't sit down in a conference and say, hey guys, we're going to decide from today, this is how we're going to go. I just told you that I believe, and I've seen it also, that perhaps we should begin to think about it. Why is it that the places where always the invading force, if it's of a different color, if it happens to, it changes everything. So you don't think there's anything in the DNA. When you say that decided, it looks to quite a credit given to people. I believe strongly that whoever co-bred with them to change the entire race is what is responsible for that. We are trying to find a boogeyman to explain why we are, quote, behind, which we are not. We are just who we are. You talk about Singapore, you are comparing up apples and oranges. Haiti were a bunch of unwilling people taken from their own root, where they lost their language, they lost their history, they lost their culture, they lost identity. You are asking a ghost to build a country. A leader who can make Haitians change and make Haiti look like Dubai, he should show me on earth where a bunch of people harvested from their original environment and they were poured somewhere, yet they build the country up. Where is that?
Wait, so the Dominican Republic, weren't they brought from Africa too?
But I told you what happened to them. Yes.
Yeah, if you don't work with your colonizer in one way or another, if you don't mix with them, something is going to happen. And maybe you don't want to mix, okay, but then don't complain things are not going forward if you didn't want to mix. Because Curaçao, we're getting money from Holland. So we are a colony from Holland. Santo Domingo ain't a colony for nobody. But they have more white people and maybe they know how to work.
There is a threshold for which any scientific research have to stop and say no, 25 years. And you have to change course. Haiti is 200 years. You're already dead. I'm just speaking to ghosts.
You are already a ghost. I mean, that is a good point because the way things are happening right now in Haiti, it's not the best. I can only wish them the best.
I've heard too many times that African Americans believe that we Africans look down upon them when we come to this country and we think we're better than them. It's false. When we were young in Africa, we worshipped African Americans. Yes. We changed our names to African Americans. My friends in school were called Jim Brown, Black Moses. Yes.
Wow.
I was called Superfly.
Okay.
Yes.
Go King.
Blacks in Africa, the barber shop, we go to barber shop until blacks started wearing afro and we stopped and we started wearing afro. We blacks hated our own fabric, the dashiki, until African Americans made it popular in the 70s and we all started wearing it back. As a case, I had his albums. We've watched all the movies. Kool-Aid High, TNT Jackson, A Hell Up in Harlem, Detroit 9000, Truck Turner, you name it.
I think people don't even realize how much America influenced them. It also happened on Curaçao. I remember back in the day, if you mentioned anything, oh my God, you're coming from Africa, you got beat up. Even on comedy shows, what? You said we come from Africa? It was wild. And suddenly around the 2000s, it changed. That's why I don't want to follow social norms. That's why I want to talk about this. Because I want to let people see we can be ourselves. Or you can go with the freaking narrative. And if you're a freaking narrative person, I wish you a lot of happiness. Because you're going to change a lot.
And we go home and we're trying to practice how they speak and all that. That was when we were in Africa. Ask any African who went through the 60s and 70s. They'll tell you, oh, we love them. Maya Angelou moved to Ghana. And she was like a sister. 14 years she lived in Ghana. Her son had an accident and broke his leg and arm in Ghana. African Americans are telling me in my comments, because I'm not from here, I don't have the right to speak about them. Do you know W.E.B. Du Bois? Do you know where he died? He died in Ghana, was buried in Ghana, and Nkrumah built a center for Pan-African studies. He came to Africa, the first black PhD holder from Harvard, W.E.B. He came to Ghana, Africa, to tell us that our best way is to be Pan-Africanist. We listened to him. We didn't tell him, who are you to come from the United States and tell us what to do?
If you come with a good argument, nobody is going to tell you no. But the way people are like, but it's diversity, adapt, the word is amazing. I'm like, nah, chill your ass. I was talking to a bunch of Spanish people, like, you're such a nice guy, bada bing, bada bing. Hey, cool, you can almost speak the Lesbian Catalan. Oh, you're with a Catalan woman? Yeah. They expected me to be with a black woman. I'm like, what did you think? I can be from the Caribbean and not be happy with a woman from Spain? It's like it breaks their brain because they assume you're Caribbean, wife has to be Caribbean. No, my children are dark white. They can be brown on Curaçao and white in Holland. They change color like a chameleon.
He was formerly, who are you to come from the United States and tell us what to do? There's a guy called Kwame Ture. He was formerly called Stokely Carmichael. He's the one who came up with Black Power, Black Power. Do you know where he is right now? In Guinea, in Africa, with pistols on his hip. When you go into my comments, African Americans are saying, I don't know anything about them. Hear me. Know you, the African Americans, more than you know yourself. Why? Because I am coming from the place where they brought you from. So when I got here and I looked at you, I see too much of us in you, and that's why we stay away from you.
They don't see what they copied back in the day. They see you copying a part of them that they don't want to be. And you're celebrating it as if it's an amazing thing. And they're like, yeah, we don't have that energy. That's why people in Santo Domingo, they would say, I'm Santo Domingo, I'm Dominican, I'm not black. It's not the color that they're judging, it's the culture that you're copying that they're judging.
We're saying black folks created that name white supremacy.
That's correct. From Africa. Because we are just amazed by the things they've done. Well, we describe them always by inventions.
Okay, this is going to be wild. This is going to be wild.
That's all. They can command water from far away through tubes into their bedrooms. We can even fetch a bucket of water from the next lake. You will be drowned. They can put electricity. We never had one in Africa. They have airplanes fly over us. It's amazing. Everything they've done is the reason my people say these people are superior. Not because of slavery. They came to colonize us and they brought things we have never seen before. They gave a king a mirror and he was dancing and sold his people away. They brought guns we have never seen, boom, and killed somebody right away. You know what they used to do in the Congo?
Right.
They put dynamite in the rocks and then they hide the switch. And then when they point their finger, it go boom. And the Congolese till today, they call the white man kiboom, the sound of the dynamite.
You know what I find interesting? A lot of people in America is like, oh, they took our culture, bada bing, bada boom. I'm like, dude, if you go to Africa and you learn about your culture, you're gonna tell them the Americans, the white people lied to them. You'll never accept this truth. You wouldn't even accept their culture. Because I think you think the culture is inferior.
And they go down and they go like this. If they're not superior, why do you see every picture when a white man arrives in Africa, we're bowing to them? We have never seen a gun kill a human being. We have never seen a mirror. We have never seen a radio tune in and somebody is speaking from England, the Queen's voice. So for us, all these things, these people must be really superior and close to God. They used to have a joke in Ghana that when God said, let's pray, the white man opened his eyes. The black people were covering his eyes. So the white man saw how God created the world. That's why they are so good at what they do. And I'm telling you, these are folklores from which we grew up. If anyone told you that white people came to Africa to tell us they're superior, it's a lie. They never said that.
You can see it in her face like, what? You're telling me this is the history that my history? Look at her face. It's like, this is the history that my people can teach me, that they created the white supremacy, but we kind of twisted over. What? We thought they were better? I'm like, well, I don't know. Back in the day, you guys didn't like the clothes of them, right? It makes sense. I mean, my island is a great example of freaking diversity. My island proves the point when he said we mingle. Curaçao is a Caribbean island that welcomes all nationality, literally. I believe we are one of the few multicultural homes. We honor Asian, European, African, and even Latin American heritage in the clothes that we wear. Our slave houses from back in the day, we colored them to see that we conquered something bad and made it beautiful. Our seas and everything is reflected in how we represent ourselves in our culture. Even the baby figures, we celebrate blackness and blue eyes. It's all about being a team. Curaçao, we had our BLM moment, and that beautiful town that you saw with the slave houses, they almost burnt it down. And we just decided never again. And the person that helped make this design, we told him invest all the culture on the island in one. And my point with this video, I agree with the African man, is that you need to all have the same mission. This is our Miss Universe of Curaçao. You can see that lady, she's freaking mixed.
African Americans asked for civil rights, but they didn't have a foundation on which it can germinate. See, things you ask, especially...
What do you mean it didn't have a foundation for it?
They have no culture, they have no language, they have no history, they have no ethnicity, they have nothing.
Yes, they did. They came here with their culture. They came
Who is
here.
they?
The different African tribes.
Different African tribes, so whose culture is going to be the main culture?
Right.
So with time it became Ebonics. Nobody has anything. They are now still using 2 English names. They are now having only Christianity as their religion. They can remember their history, culture, traditions, customs. So you have no foundation, is what I'm trying to say. African Americans in this country are the only groups. They have no culture. It depends on who you meet, where you meet them.
But currently there's not an African American culture?
No.
Yes, there is.
What is it?
And you can see from the title, they're talking about, why are you not talking to an American? You're talking to a Haitian. But you get the point from the previous things that you saw. Haitian have a way of seeing stuff where their economy isn't managing well. Santo Domingo is doing better. And now you're trying to defend the case as if you are American, as if you're part of that culture.
Name 2 value systems in the African American culture.
Value system?
Yes. Name 2 taboos in the African American cultural system. Name 2 traditions, by the way, in the African American cultural system. Okay, forget it. Name 2 customs in the African American culture. Look, I'm being serious.
No, but I mean, I'm thinking about it.
Yes, there is no value for freedom if you don't understand what it is. The concept of free. You have to have a foundation on which it would balance when you ask for it. Civil rights, they give it to you. You have no culture. Nancy, you've been here, born here. Why would you be surprised if I say African Americans don't have a culture? What, twerking? So anything
but I feel like African American culture has definitely
you say
mainstream.
No, you say the word, the African American culture. What is it? Okay, fine.
Like hip hop.
Oh,
not
Jesus
hip hop.
Christ.
I mean, I don't want to.
I can understand what they mean, how they adapt. That adaptation might be a specific subculture. But our culture, I have to see you dance, twerk, do rap songs or whatever and be like, okay, I think that black guy is American.
Yes, I feel like
you haven't thought about it. It's fine. Don't make things up.
I'm not making it up.
Okay,
I feel like
then educate me. You feel, you should know, you were born and raised here.
Yes, but I have a Haitian.
Are you African American?
I'm Haitian American.
That's correct. Do you see why you were being specific with that? Because anybody who encounters you already knows you before. If they know you are Haitian, at least 2 things come to their mind.
What is that?
If they've been to Haiti, they can look at work ethics and they say, yes, Haitians, I know them. Service industry, they know where they do well. Food, they can say yes. And even language, Creole.
Right.
And they can say, oh, I love Haitians. Because they saw the culture in abstract before they encountered you. So people go over the bridge of your culture, your tradition, your customs, and that helps them to know how to
address it.
Exactly.
I see.
No, you will soon know too, in addition to seeing. So I'm saying to you, any people who ask for these things, which are abstract, freedom, for example, independence, for example, and civil rights, for example, voting rights, for example, you must have a foundation on which these things are going to balance. Because the people there have to uniformly agree with consensus. This is our way of life. The do's and the don'ts involved in our culture. Even if you have to create an artificial culture.
Is that why the civil rights movement is considered dead?
It's dead and useless. They got it, but they could not balance it on any foundation. Japanese suffered in this country. 435,000 Japanese were kept in internment camps. Not a single one killed each other for the 3 years they were there. During the Second World War, you understand? Not a single one became a daddy baby or baby daddy while they were in the internment camp, because there was a third object they were focused on. Their culture. It has self-determination, customs, traditions. Something guided them to survive. Anything they ask for in this country will be balanced on a foundation for their children.
Well, they say Haitian people have resilience.
Oh, resilience is not culture, please. Every human being has a resilience in some way or the other.
Resilience to survive, to
that's
stay alive.
Correct. That is why you can see the things people ask in this country, the Irish, the Italians, the Jews. It took a while before the Jews got recognized. Exactly. But as soon as they got it, they balanced it on a foundation. Culture, customs, traditions. These things conjure what should be your taboos, do's and don'ts. Everybody has to recognize it. To the point, if you violate it, I'll call you out.
And I call this out. The twerking and the reaction and the girls, boss babes and all of that. Immediately they get so pissed at me, be like, no, it's part of our culture. I'm like, that's our wild foundation if you want to live by that.
If we can afford, we kick you out of the community because we don't want you to destroy it. But they all went different roles. There's Malcolm X asking for something different. Martin Luther King asked Stokely Carmichael.
Malcolm X didn't ask for anything. What did he ask for?
Segregation. He was talking to his people.
Oh, to segregate themselves.
Yes. So you can see one group of people who suffer the same experience, yet they don't have a doctrine. And that without a doctrine, which is always balanced on a tradition, on a foundation of culture, without it, anything you ask for is going to be useless. So African Americans are going to complain on it until the cows come home as to why they're not getting what they're not getting in America. It's simple. You don't have a foundation.
Oh, man, this is this is a hard pill.
Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow. But hey, let me know what you guys think if you're African, American, Caribbean, or any white liberal with a gangster opinion. We need to be able to talk. And let's talk about the foundation.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde, kush, hash, purple, skunk, criollo, colombici, jam, jam, durlo, keta, berdetta, welcome.